we draw the original plan. Okay, I draw the original. We had something here, we had something here, we had something here, something here, and then something there. Okay, this was the bathroom, that was the kitchen, bedroom, living room kind of thing. This was circulation. Okay, so given this composition, how could you describe this composition?
Linear.
It's linear. Okay, yeah, it's definitely linear. What else about how the parts of that composition are organized?
Missing something.
Okay, yes. I mean, that's a big observation there, that this side is the service, or servant space kind of thing, and this side is the served space, right? There's a sort of very clear idea about organization, about how the different parts are organized and how the different parts relate to one another kind of thing. And it is indeed a linear composition. Okay. So in that way, if we are actually thinking about this as a way to help us to think about how to compose something, how to organize something, then I think that option 1 is the clearest, best option. You know, that it belongs on the served side. It belongs as a composition with these other bedrooms. It belongs in a linear fashion. Okay. So really, option 1 is the best option if we are thinking about this as a composition. Okay. And I think that this is something that I would want, and what this describes in a way, or what this organization describes as a parti. You know, how a composition is organized. You know, what is the idea behind that composition? Well, we just described it. It's divided into servant spaces and served spaces. It is linear. Okay. So based on that, we have a way to think about how this object, this house, can develop in terms of adding rooms, or what kind of spaces, or what quality of the spaces should have, etc., kind of thing. So in that way, I think it's important for you guys to think about, or sort of review and think about the case studies that you guys did, okay, and see, 7 different examples of how something is organized. Try to draw the parti of those houses in the case study. And then as you begin to think about your design kind of thing, as we've kind of always encouraged you guys to think about, is don't try to design the house. Try to think about how whatever idea you have finds its way onto the site. Okay. So, I'm just going to kind of draw an arbitrary site kind of thing. Okay, so this is a coastline, and let's just say that.
You're such a calligrapher.
Oh no. Okay. Let's just say that is my site kind of thing, and yes, I have other elements on it. Then maybe there's a road or something like that kind of thing. And as I said, as I was sort of talking a little bit before about whatever observations, whatever ideas you've gathered about what you think is important from the village, I think it's important for you to try to apply that to your site as a way to begin thinking about the design, I think. So, as we've encouraged you forward, don't worry about what the form is going to be. Don't worry yet about what it's going to look like. Don't worry yet even about the rooms and things like that. Just start to think about how you can take your idea in the most basic way and apply it to your site. One of the ideas that came up before was trying to have a very controlled view towards the water. Okay. So, as I was sort of explaining before, I might think, okay, view out to the water. So in order to have this controlled view, I might actually begin to put up something to block the view, but just only allow it to happen in a particular way. If I start to work with this idea, I might start to think about, okay, where should that be located on the site, kind of thing. Should it be here? Should it be here? Should it be by the road? Wherever, kind of thing. Again, I'm still just working with the idea. Kind of thing. I'm not actually even thinking yet about rooms or things like that. But then, based on this idea, what I would actually want you guys to consider is that how does this idea lead to an organization? We know that, or the way that we've defined the house, and actually even the way that we've asked you to think about the assignment, is to design a house of 5 rooms. Okay. That already implies that there needs to be a thought about how those rooms are going to be organized, how those rooms are going to be composed. Okay. So something that I would suggest to you is that however you start to draw your idea on the site, hopefully it will lead you to start to think about how to organize something. So